Okay, we're on. Okay, we are here. We're live on Google Plus now, thank God. Just give me 2 seconds, guys, while I just sort my stuff out here, and then we'll begin the Google event. We've just got to do one thing before I do continue. Give me 2 seconds. Just need to mute the microphone for just. Right, okay, we'll sort it now. Okay, right, guys, it'll just be 2 minutes, so just give me 2 seconds and I'll get ready for the event. 2 minutes. There we go. Okay, right. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Queensville live Google event. I have to use the live Google event feed to be the actual the broadcast feature on the Google, because unfortunately my stupid XSplit does not allow me to record and capture the footage from this thing. But I'm using XSplit for the main feed for it. But anyway, right, okay. So yeah, we're back this week with a better Google event this week. Yes, I want to apologise for last week's Google event. That was basically down to the fact that my fan was on last week and it captured the audio from that. That was my fault, and I do apologise for that. So this week we're going to go back to what we did last week as a reshoot we did for this live Google event. You'll bear me on this, okay? Right, we're live tonight on here, and you can ask any questions you want. And I've got my cam feature working, and we are here already. I'm going to give you just a quick update. I have got a few things I need to mention. I have got some good news coming my way, and I'm also going to do the website this week as well, which is even cool. So a lot of things happening this week on the show, and even better, now that we've got Google Plus Interactive on this, we will take a call live on here if you want to. So do bear in mind, this is a show for Queen fans, and this is also the updates as well for Queen stuff going on. And as I said, this week I'm going to do it much better than last week. So don't forget, this week, guys, it's better as well. I can also take your questions on Facebook as well tonight, as I have got another player open on Facebook, which is cool. We are in real time as well tonight, which is good. And let's get sorted out tonight on Queen as well. Okay, so I have a lot to go through this week on Queensville. The first thing we're going to do, we're going to go back to the website we did last week, which you can hear me fine this week, and we're going to go back to the website of the new webweebly.com, which Chris has just sorted out the website this week, which is cool. You may wonder why I'm in a bit of darkness, by the way, because I'm trying to put the lights down for this, and the lights being pretty much too blend my face and stuff as well. So keep the language barrier, this lid down as a basic thing for it and stuff as well. Right, okay. Well, how do we start? Where do we start? Well, before we start, let's open the can of beer first, and then let's talk about a Queen thing this week. A lot to get through this week on the show, so this is more longer than last week's mess up I did last week. Yeah, and you guys are going to be thinking, can we hear you properly? Can we hear you fine? I'm just going to check right now to make sure the broadcast is okay on this. Yes, the sound absolutely perfect on that as well, which is good, and playback is amazing. So stick around for 2 hours of Queen's non-stop chat, and I've got a lot to get through tonight. I want to say good evening to Steph. I want to say good evening to Gary as well. Gary's here as well, and Gary is yeah, as I said, I've had a couple of problems tonight getting through on bloody YouTube tonight, which is nice. So if anybody's got this link, can you please post it to David, and can you please post it live to the Queen online page as well, please? If anybody's got this live link now, copy this link on the address bar, paste it in to David, Roast, and Mark as well, because Mark will join us later in the show when he gets a chance. Because I have a lot of stuff we need to talk about as well with singing. So if you are watching this live, please post the links live to those people, please, because we really want you to get in touch with them as soon as possible. Right, I'm just going to paste this into him. I'm going to paste it to Mark. I've actually got Gary on here, which is good. Gary's here. Mark is around somewhere. When I can go, when he comes on. You let me use late sometimes because of the fact that he's got work and stuff. So be bear in mind it is his thing and stuff as well, which is good. Right, okay. So we're doing fine. So you may get adverts in this show. It depends on broadband connection. Ready? Ready to start. Right. Okay. Alright, first thing to discuss tonight is Live at the Rainbow 1974. And I have been going about this all the past few weeks. Well, guys, I have got the best ever thing to tell you about that box set that came out. I am so impressed with the box set. I have got a digital download now of the audio tracks from the 74 Sheer Heart Attack and the first concert as well on the DVD. I am very impressed with that. So good. The download was brilliant. Whoever did the download of that audio, well done. I was very impressed. The live version of Ferry Fella's Masterstroke was, in my opinion, absolutely phenomenal. The sound quality was well better. Everything you can hear in it, production-wise, is fantastic. And I have to say that in all my experiences of Queen and being a huge fan of Queen, that was the best ever sound quality ever heard. You can forget about the bootleg that came out, which is many years ago on the Bulsara label. This one is the definitive, and one of my favourite bits of this year of Queen was the Live at the Rainbow. I don't have Live at the Rainbow box set. As you all know, it is bloody expensive. It is expensive. But for people out there who want a taste of it, Prometheus Mercury on YouTube has uploaded the audio samples from that concert, and if you want to hear that, go and hear it on YouTube. It is phenomenal. Sound quality is brilliant. I downloaded a copy of it on the FLAC file. It was available from torrents, which was a great thing for me. I got it off torrents for free. I downloaded it on the day it came out, and I tell you what, I was so impressed with it. What a job. What a job. They did a lot of good time remastering the CD. The audio quality was great. The crunchiness on the sound is unbelievable. It hasn't used a WAV format, by the way. It's kept the authenticity of the sound quality in it as well. The vinyl release of it was actually improved a lot better. Mark's got the vinyl box set of it, and I tell you what, it was well worth paying that. It was seriously well worth paying that. It was absolutely brilliant. And for my standard, everybody who's bought that box set has got the most best reviews ever, and Classic Rock Magazine has done a great job of it, and the other people as well around the whole universe has said that that was the best release ever come from EMI Virgin. Seriously, so my point of view, when I get a chance to buy the thing, that is the best buying. I would say is definitely 100%. From my point of view, it is phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. I have to tell you, praise down to the guys at Queen Productions and EMI. The Blu-ray and DVD release of it, still got a little great about that one, with the fact that obviously Eagle Rock is releasing that on DVD and Blu-ray, which has been an arse to do. But I'm not going to put it down really. I actually liked it. I actually like it. I don't have any artwork on the digital download. All I was given was just box standard album. But yeah, definitely well worth getting, well worth buying. Box set definitely recommended. The 4 CD set definitely recommended. The LP box set that obviously the Mark's got, he was impressed with the vinyl so much. It was bloody heavyweight vinyl. It was phenomenal sound, and it was the best release of the year for Queen. So I was very impressed with that. So well done. Well done. Fandy did a good job of a bloody good release of it as well. And Live at Rainbow is seriously, cheers to EMI. Well done. Okay, moving on from that situation. Now we're going to go back to last week's mess up video, which you couldn't hear me talk a lot on this thing. Right. Now last week on the show, I mentioned the fact that I was launching a band to re-record an album from Human Clay. And I have been in the process of trying to get it formed and trying to get it to work. And I have mentioned that last week I wanted to try and get this album re-recorded, which I think is in my box. And here it is. Yes. What I was saying last week was I was trying, what I really was recommended to do was, well, not from my point of view, but just as an experiment, was to record this album, or record the whole lot of this and send it to Jeff. But obviously he won't know about it, because he doesn't get to see Queensville a lot because he's toured a lot. Because his new album is taking absolutely ages to get out, Frontiers Records is not pushing it because they are taking the time to make sure that his schedule from his touring he's doing is still doing his bits for his promotion. Now the band has recorded all the album, all the tracks. Jeff's produced the album. Bloody good decision as well. One track on the album has been leaked already, and I don't like leaked tracks obviously because I don't like to be spoiled by tracks. And I have to say that in the fans of Jeff Scott Soto, you are going to be very excited when his new album is released, because it's being considered going back to the Damage Control album. He's done the same again. He's done an awesome job of an album. Now I'll tell you what, this album that came out just last year, whoever's got this album, this is absolutely phenomenal. His best work ever done on this. And now he's gone back to doing more production with the new album Soto Project, and I've seen the artwork for it as well, and the artwork is 10 times better than this artwork. But I'll tell you what, fans of his stuff, you'll hear something that is just phenomenal. You're going to really be impressed with his new album, the Soto Project. I can't wait to hear it. I've been meaning to really get my hands on this thing and this album. I want to see this new album come out, because I think this one could be the best release ever from him. So I do recommend, for fans of Jeff Scott Soto and fans of his stuff and Queen fans as well, his new album, I would say it's definitely a possibility. Frontiers Records is going to be a great release of it as well. Speaking of which, going back to this album, I wish that somebody would re-record this album as a great tribute to Marcel Jacob, because it was just phenomenal. So if anybody's interested in wanting to be a singer and want to be on an album, I suggest people should go and re-record this album for Jeff's, but don't tell them about it. It's secretive. All the tracks in this album, get them re-recorded and get them out on goddamn redo these, please. But that is not what I want to say. There's something else that has been griping me so much, and I tell you what, I have literally listened this week to an artist on the Frontiers Records label being backed by Eric Martinson from Work of Art, Eclipse, Talisman, web project obviously, and his own solo stuff, and Eclipse as well. Fantastic guy. The bad news is this week that Eric's lost his dad. His dad passed away. It was a bloody shock to us all, and I read about him. It was posted all over Facebook, and it really condolences to his dad. Couldn't have been a brilliant dad for rock music ever lived. Fantastic guy. The album I'm listening to this week is by a woman called Adrenaline Rush, and it's just been released on Frontiers Records. I have added Frontiers Records on my Facebook page, and I tell you what, guys, you should listen to the Frontiers Records catalogue. The Yes album's just been released on that label. Adrenaline Rush has just had their great release of their new album, and I tell you what, later on my phone I'll play you some parts of this album, because it is fucking incredible. You'll love her voice, and that voice is great. Eric Martinson also written a song called Want It All, which is a fantastic song. You should get out as the next single, by the way, because that is just brilliant singing from you, and so that is really cool. Mark's here, by the way. Evening, Mark. Glad you joined us as well. I'm watching your show. You sang about Queen Live at the Rainbow. I was so impressed with Live at the Rainbow. Mark, you've got the vinyl box set. Phenomenal, isn't it? Absolutely incredible sound on that. Sound quality is great. Just very quickly to say about that: buy it, get it, download it, do what the hell you want with it. DVD release of it, get it out. It's not even out yet. Well, it is out on DVD and Blu-ray, but it's taken forever to try and sort out some things. But that is the best release ever from EMI that I've so enjoyed. Right, before we get to the website, before we get into other things, let's talk about the new Queen Forever album. Now, last week I couldn't, because you couldn't hear my commentary on this. Queen Forever. We have some news about Queen Forever. We have apparently heard from last week, when we did the Google event last week, with Skype event with Mark and David and Leander last week. Now, Mark was very kindly called me up a week ago to tell me there is confirmed tracks already in the process. There's 3 confirmed tracks recorded. The Jackson tapes are still an issue that they are still trying to figure out who's getting it. There is a little bit of a hint that I've noticed that somebody was telling me that the Jackson tapes might be sold over to the Queen catalogue, because I think there's a subsidiary amount of money being paid from the Michael Jackson Foundation to the Queen Foundation. The subsidiary from the Michael Jackson Foundation is going towards the Freddie Mercury Love of Life Singer of Songs project that was released many years ago. Now the funding they're getting for that is coming off the Jackson property. Now they have speculated that they are in talks at the moment with Joe Jackson about the possibility of getting the whole rights to the 3 songs that were recorded for the demos in America. And they are considering there must be more to life than this. The original Jackson demo, not the Freddie demo with Jackson on it, because he's not on that album. The Jackson demo may be released on that new album, Queen Forever. That's a possibility. That's a strong possibility that could be the one that could be out on that album. There's a re-recording of Love Kills by the band. Yes, they've stripped off all the stripped off all the production from the Georgia Moroder production, and now they're going to put on their take of it, and they're going to make it more friggin' brilliant. That recording has been taking place a few months ago, and from my point of view, I really think that could be the best track to open up the album. So I don't know what mix they're using on it, but I know they're using they got the rights from Georgia Moroder's production to strip all the vocal off, the production off, and then use the vocal take on that track, which is absolutely brilliant, which is cool. Then there is a soundboard. Now this apparently has been leaked onto YouTube a few years ago from our friend David R. Fuller. Now David R. Fuller's got a copy of that on his page. I'm listening to that, by the way. Fantastic. They're going to try and enhance the sound quality on that one, and the audios as well, and the vocal for that will be also on the album. That's 3 confirmed tracks that's been in the process. Let Me In Your Heart Again, which is what they're going to call it, I think, is being planned as well for recording as well, for getting Freddie's vocal on that, which is going to be interesting. And the other thing is about that song, it's originally called Let Me In. Before the release of it, they're going to put Let Me In Your Heart Again as the main title for the song, or maybe in brackets thing, you know. So that may work out so well, and I think that could be a great release for this Queen Forever. Now I have also heard there's a rumour going around, apparently there's a hologram image of the band or something on the front cover is going to amaze us so much. Now the possibility of that artwork, people are wanting to say it may be a success. Queen's going to be a success with that one. I think it could be a good idea, and I think if that artwork is successful for the album, Queen fans are going to go mad for it. It's being considered to be released double album on vinyl, a single standard CD, a 2 CD set, a poster, television advertisements, promotion advertisements, YouTube advertisements, and it will be supposed to be splattered all over the UK. The release of that album will be absolutely phenomenal. It will be really phenomenal. I think it could be probably one of my favourite releases of the year by far, and I think that everybody's going to be thinking the artwork will stand out, which Greg's going to do a good job of it. Mark went down to see the premiere of the Live at Rainbow 74 at the Hard Rock Cafe in London, and he absolutely phoned me on the day before I started doing the Queensville last week, which was bad. He said that it was the best premiere they've ever done. With the HD was fantastic, the sound quality was incredible. It was in Potter HD as well, by the way. Yeah, and if you wonder, by the way, why the stream is like this, why it's all smoky and cloudy, fuck you, Google. But yeah, but that was mostly the part of it which he liked from seeing that event on that Queen Live at Rainbow, which was so incredible. So it was really, honestly, it was a great thing to see. It was really good. So I do appreciate it, mate. And thanks so much for getting back in touch with me as well with regards to the Queen stuff. That was amazing. So it was great. Okay, so now going on to the website now, which is the new website that Chris started up last week, and then for us to say before, didn't have a chance to go through the website properly, but we're now going to tell you the update of the website, which is even cool. He has been working a little bit harder on the website this week. I'm going to show you again the images from the CDs that have been released off here. And what I'm going to do, I'm just going to reschedule this camera a little bit. If you want to see more previews of these images, by the way, go to labyrinthmine.weebly.com. And I'll just get the screen region ready so you guys can see. And there we are, that's better for you. Okay, so here is the CDs that he's already scanned in his computer, and I'll just go put my camera on here as well so you can see the camera. And there we go, right. So here's a few of them that we've already done. Alright, the first of all, starting off with David Stadium. This is the live in London, which was done. This is the Saturday night concert edited on one disc, which is good sound quality. Very badly edited though, very badly edited, and it is from our point of view well worth getting this one, which is cool. It was only released in Germany. And it was also it was made in Italy. It was, and it was in a series. It's a good album. Day at the Stadium, Saturday Night Concert edited version. Same, except it's identically the same one as the other one. We've got with bog standard live at Wembley Stadium, which is there, which is cool. All right, next one we have is the this is the inner sleeve as well, which is very nicely done, which is cool. It's actually a nice digipack, this one, because I really liked the digipack that came with it, but the box standard CD is something that of an issue. Looks cheesy, very cheesy indeed, very cheap. It's a great CD though. The 30th anniversary of the Night at the Opera, which I already have this one. I've already been through this on my channel, so yeah, and this is obviously one of the best releases that ever came out, and the sound quality in that is unbelievable. With DVD. The DVD does come with the audio commentary on this as well. On the classic rock and the classic albums one, it doesn't come with commentary on the CD. It doesn't come with it because they couldn't bother to put it on. This is a box standard release of Night at the Opera, which again, lovely insert on that with bonus Real Rock You in for this. And just as I say, been released at the moment. The Rainbow one. This is the bootleg one. Yeah. Well, like I say, there's no point really talking about that one because now it's rare. But the bonus tracks are a bit of an issue. That is a thingy on it as well. Now, I'm not going to go through all these CDs again, but let me just tell you that I will be doing a video of these again, which I will be talking about in a few minutes. So if you guys want to see all the pictures on this, go to labyrinthmine.weebly.com. I'll leave the links on the page this time in the video so you guys can have a look at it and stuff. And so far, as I say, there's a few in black and white because due to the fact it was just the way the scanner was just scanning them at the time. But they are well worth looking at the catalogue for this one. My collection is going to get uploaded sometime when I get a chance to look at it. And like I say, it's well worth thinking it. This one is probably one of the worst CDs ever released. This one, copied straight off vinyl to CD. It's not a very good production of this one, but it's again decent sound quality, but it's bog standard terrible sound in it. Yeah. So as I say, look guys at the recent pictures. If you have any ideas or any issues or anything or any questions, let me know tonight on this Queensville live page and get back to me soon, which is cool. Right, so anyway, that's the website anyway. The website's getting updated. He's updating it every month, so do have a look at that web page and have a look at it and see what you think. It's at labyrinthmine.weebly.com, and basically you can get yourselves involved in that, which is cool. Right, okay, now on to the next piece of news. Now, this is what we were trying to discuss last week and we couldn't because of the sound on the fan. Right. Okay. As you all know, we started this page in 2010 on YouTube, and because of the time that we were filming the videos for our page and the editing was all cropped up and everything was just in a mess and everything wasn't right at the time. Well, after some debate with Chris on the phone a week ago, he came with an idea to reshoot all our Queen products again, from the Freddie Mercury box set to the doll to everything that we did on the channel. And what Chris has had an idea to do is to go back and reshoot all the videos from his house again to our place. Now, because I'm doing a lot of these Google events, and the Google events are going really well, and you guys are liking the information I'm giving you. We have had an idea to go back and reshoot the videos that we originally did many years ago, because apparently you guys can't find them and you guys can't see them, and I have no idea why. You have to realise, guys, during the upload process of that one, it was a monster of a process to edit and shoot, and it was an arse to do. Okay, well, this is an idea that we want from you. Basically, we don't want anybody else to, like the outside people, right? This is basically me and Chris want to know you guys a question. Do you guys want us to go back and reshoot all of our Queen products, from my stuff to Chris's stuff to the vinyl collection to the CD collection to everything? I mean, we can do it better, right? We can do it better. We'll have a lot more time to do it in like a day. And we're going to start uploading that next January, I think we are, because I think that was the planned idea for it when we were going to redo our page and redo the YouTube events, YouTubes and the Google events as well. So after some talk, because he said that he wanted to take off the original videos because apparently we didn't get many viewers for them, and you can't find them anywhere, which is difficult to understand. Because all the tags were wrong and everything was messed up and everything else. So we were thinking about taking those videos off and going to redo them again with my Queen collection. A bit better though, obviously, to do the products in full and some of the bits and pieces. So after some tweeting around, he decided that he wants to reshoot it again. But obviously we need to know from you guys on this video, do you want us to reshoot it again and do it better? We can. But it's got to come down from you guys, because we don't want to take our videos off and you guys don't want us to. You have to make sure that you guys are committed to watch the videos, say the videos, and leave comments and things, and get back to us as well. Because I know we had in the past many people who were just really annoyed so much, and everybody was saying, "Where are the videos? We can't find them anywhere. You know, we can't be searching for it on YouTube. We can't find them anywhere." Yeah, I think that's becoming a bit of a habit now, and people are pretty annoyed at the fact that we should have really have done it better, and it was, like I say, it was just the time it was thinking as well. So that's what we need to know from you guys. We need to know in this video, do you guys want us to reshoot the videos again on our playlist we did to make the videos better and longer? We can. It's up to you. So let us know, guys, by next week. I need to know by next week. We need to start shooting it. Probably in a week's time. So let us know when that's going to be as well, which is even better for it. Let us know, guys, in a week's time. So you got to next Sunday to give us a confirmed time, and by the time I get another Google event happening next week, the better chances I can get you guys involved in the next planned release of the Google events, which is cool. Okay, you're watching Queensville live tonight on YouTube. I must apologise for the quality of the video, by the way. It's absolutely horrible tonight. I don't know why. It's like cloudy and smelly for some reason. I can't use my Dummy Expert broadcast because the broadcast doesn't work on this thing, and unfortunately it was messing up my broadcast event, which was terrible that time. I'll take some of your questions in a few minutes. Let me just talk about something else now. I want to do a follow-up now on the Ustream Rock Show Live. I have had a contact back from Ustream regarding my live Rock Show Live program, which goes out every Tuesday and Thursday. Not tonight, obviously, because I'm doing Google event tonight. Wednesday and Friday goes out on 2 days a week on Ustream. I have managed to get back in touch with Ustream. They've gave me a letter. They gave me an email just this week. They have said to me that due to the fact that Ustream's policy is not allowing people to play the videos, the player on Facebook, is because you have to promote your Facebook account, your Facebook page. Okay, right. So the next day I got another email from them, and they said to me, the players have been fixed, but the Ustream issue I have with the player on Facebook has not been resolved. And I said to them, is it going to get repaired? Well, after some griping and really getting sold to them, they finally got an answer back to me. And they've explained that because of the player on Facebook, we don't want people to use it on the Facebook accounts, because the fact is it is with a pro account user premium rate subscription that's got to be paid from Ustream, and it costs $99 a month, which is bloody expensive and absolutely out of order. So this week, tweaking around a little bit on players this week, I did the player test on Twitch TV. I took it off because that was a waste of time. I tried live stream and that was a waste of time. I took that off. So here's what I had an idea to do. Here's an idea that I had in mind. Keep the Ustream player on Facebook. But I had an idea, and this is going to work so well. When you open the tab to go to the Ustream page and see my live show, untab it from there and size the player out on the browser and put it over the top of the player on Facebook. And I thought that would be a good idea, so that would work out so well. So that means that you can still view Box Show Live on Ustream. Just the fact is you can't use the player on Ustream, which is a pain in the ass. But luckily, I'm going to get that fixed this week, and by the time I get the player sorted out on there, it will work out fine. I think it will be really, really good. So that's a little update of that one I'm going to give you. And I'm going to say that I will stay with Ustream on Box Show Live. So don't worry, I'm not going to move anywhere. But it's just that's their policy, and they want to make, because they don't want to pay, they want people to pay for the player now on Ustream, then using it from that. But luckily, I managed to sort it out, and I think there is a way I'm going to stay on Ustream. I'm not going to be able to unfortunately, I'm not going to enable the chat room on Ustream because of idiots on there, and we're not going to do that. We're going to keep the same Facebook page open for the live stream, but we are going to use the point that you can pop up the player on Ustream itself. So there's a pop up player option. You can pop up the player on that one and paste it over the top of that player on the Facebook page. I know it sounds complicated, but trust me, that's the way I'm going to work. So I'm going to stay with Ustream for a few more months, and then we'll see what happens. And if it does change, then well, we'll find something else. So there we go. Right, that's it for that. So that's the fine out the way. Right, next thing. Okay, now let's have a look. Need to talk about the Queen movie again. There's the plan. Again, the plan is Queen are gonna rework on the music next year. Right, this is the Freddie Mercury movie apparently getting released about the Live Aid gig that happened. I know there's been a lot of talk about it going on, and there's been plans to scrap it, there's been plans to keep it on hold, there's been plans to reshoot again, there's been plans to film it, there's been plans to keep it off, there's been plans to put people in. There's loads of these plans, they keep changing all the time. So I literally will say this to stop all arguments, right? Because this is just a nightmare. The new Queen movie, I don't think it's going to be a success, and I don't think it's going to work. I think they should do it as a soundtrack album. If they were to release a new album of material, from our point of view, going back to the Queen Forever album, if there was a soundtrack plan release of this album coming out from the new film that's being produced, I think that it should be I think it should be a new version of Hammer to Fall should be re-recorded by Brian May, because everybody likes that version, that new version he did of it, which was just the slow part and the heavy part. And I think they should go and record that version for the album, because because the best thing about that song is I love the version from Paris that he did, which was just the first time actually, the first time they actually did a version from Paris, and that is the best version ever on that CD. That's actually from the Red Special album. That actually is on our Queen page on the Labyrinth Mine webpage. Look at that CD, and I tell you what, if anybody's got that CD, play Hammer to Fall. It's the best version ever done for 10 minutes long. It's seriously the best version from Paris anyway, from my opinion as well. So look up for that. That should be a good version of that. But please re-record Hammer to Fall, Brian, and get your new album out, because as I said before, Brian's got to get a new album out, because we haven't had a chance to discuss the new album yet from Brian, and it should come out. So let me know what you think about Brian's new album as well. I'm taking questions on Facebook, by the way, tonight, guys. Not on the Google. I can't take questions on the Google event, but if you want to mess around with me, and tonight I'm not messing around. Mark's saying maybe I could do a collection with maybe I could do a collection look with you guys. Yeah, that would be an interesting video to do. A comparison video of, or a huge collection of material from Queen's archives and things as well from yourself. I know Mark's got a massive Queen collection, and I was trying very hopefully to go down and film it for a special video for Queensville, but we haven't got time to do that, I'm afraid. But in the next year or so, I am looking forward. I am going to go down and try and film that in London if we can. And it's and that's something I want to work on, so look out for that coming up soon. That should be interesting. Okay, more messages coming through, by the way. David's thinking stuff as well. Yes. Just tuned in. I got my son from home, by the way, which is cool. David says you should redo your videos again, because nobody can find the videos on YouTube. I do agree. You guys can't find the videos on YouTube that we filmed. So I think what we're going to do, because I have to have a decision by next Sunday from yourselves, that we are going to try. We're going to go and try and redo our videos again and refilm them, but we need a decision from you guys within the week. So let me know on Facebook if you want. Let me know in this video as well, guys, if you want us to redo the videos again, because we don't mind. Gary says, so you basically redoing your videos. You have done brand spanking new ones. Okay, yes, we have, because we've been trying to do some new ones for the page now, and we're getting the page uploaded and stuff. So I have to have a decision by next Sunday on this video. You've got to next Sunday, not this Sunday, but next Sunday. I have to have a decision by next Sunday, so you guys need to know, shall we go back and redo the videos, shall we reshoot them, and shall we make them more longer, and shall we not edit them as we did before? I think we should. Because some of you guys can't find the videos all, and they're saying, where's the videos, where's all these old videos that you had on your channel, and we can't find them anywhere. It's like such an asshole. Yeah, we tagged them wrong, that's why. But we will sort it out next year. We're hopefully going to try and get that filmed within October, and then by October time we will upload the videos in January. So look out for that. Something we want to do as well. Yeah. So yeah, that's nothing on that one. That's fine. Okay, right. So as I say, we've discussed already about the Queen Forever album, so we can still have your ideas on that one, the artwork and stuff as well. I think you should have a planned DVD release should be coming out of We Will Rock You, but it'll never ever get released at all. So you can forget that off your list for obvious reasons. Now, next thing I want to talk about, very important. And I had missing my brain all week, because I thought if I was going to redo this, then it might be easy that way to do it. Vinyls, originals and reissues, remastering and thingies. Now I've got to tell you that I got this jazz album from Mark, and I have played this album, and I said that this this one was the rarest sound on it. I tell you what about this album is, right? The sound quality in this is absolutely really good. It's brilliant. But this is something that I had an idea. This is something that I have a grasp about. In 1986, when Queen's catalogue had just been reissued on vinyl, did anybody buy the 1986 reissues of the albums that came out on vinyl? And were them sound qualities better on vinyl than CD? Right? There's a question for you. So if anyone's got original vinyls of the Jazz album, News of the World, Sheer Heart Attack, and all those other ones, the original 1973 versions are brilliant. If anybody's got any versions from 1986 on the reissues, let me know what the sound qualities are like on the 1986 reissues of them. And the reason I'm saying that is because there has been speculation after speculation about some stuff going around bootlegs wise on vinyls, which are very, very good qualities and they're amazing. And I was saying about this last Google event about sound qualities on CDs and reissuing CDs and mastering CDs and things. And I have to say that I think in '86, when EMI was just reissuing their CDs at the time, there was nobody taking control of it. Yeah, there was nobody in charge of reissuing those CDs. Apparently EMI's idea was to just redo them themselves and redo the artwork themselves and paint box jobs again and mess it up for all the things in it. Now, one CD that I would like to check out from 1986, if anybody's got a reissue, 1986 issue, an original issue of Sheer Heart Attack, right? Apparently, the 1986 issue of Sheer Heart Attack is supposed to be a different mix than the issue that originally came out in 1994. Now, I all know 1993, 1994 issues. I know those CDs were sucking shit and they are absolutely terrible. The worst CDs that ever came out. And that's a future video we're going to film again because you guys can't find them. But the reason I say this is because the 1986 issues of the CDs were originally re-released again. Not the 1992 reprints or anything else. The original 1986 CDs that came out from Germany. I'm convinced that those CDs were different mixes on them. I'm positive they got different mixes on them things. I mean, the reissue I've got of the 1992 issue from Fame, which is the Queen album, that is a different mix altogether. It's a different mix in it. And the vinyl edition I've got from the Queen 1 reissue, 1984 issue from Fame, that's a remix as well. There's a compression's too much in it, obviously. So this is what I was going to have a talk about tonight was sound qualities from vinyl and sound qualities from CDs from two different sources of CDs. Now, originally, you've got the 2011 versions of the Queen albums that have come out, which have been brilliantly done by Bob Ludwig, and he did a smashing job with them. Absolutely fantastic. Then you've got the 2003 versions from the Japanese issues, which came out in those editions, and their sound qualities were great on that as well. Then you had 1993, 1984 dreadful issues that came out, which was totally out of order, which was no need for it. And I'm thinking now, going back from those three, 1994 and 1986, those two are something's that I think they are different versions of them. I'm positive they are, because apparently, if you listen to a copy of Brighton Rock, Mark has got a different version of that on vinyl, and he says that his intro is longer on the vinyl edition than the version he has, because he compared it to the CD version. He says that the CD version of the 1994 issue that came out was different and it was chopped. Now, he's convinced that the version he has is the rarest version of the lot because apparently his is a longer introduction. And my version is shorter. Chris's version may be the same. I don't know. But apparently I think Chris's version he has, I think his version is a bit different. Because I think his sound quality on that one, when he got the generation one, the first generation press of it, was very, very rare indeed. It was really, the sound on that was unbelievable. It seriously was. So this is my sort of, the grasp I have with CDs and things. Do I have any feeling that in 1986 was EMI pressing CDs at the time that the box set came out, which was the ultimate box, fly case one that came out? Were them CDs, the gold CDs, by the way, I'm talking about the gold sticker CDs that are on our page. Have a look at the page, gold sticker CDs. Were those CDs out of the box set of the flight case? Were there reproductions that were done for Queen's side of it, or were they just ones that came out in 1986, and then versions are different to any other versions that have come out from CDs and DVD releases at the time that this was done now? Now, if you look on the page of Discogs.com, you'll realise that the account numbers on Discogs.com is correct. They're all absolutely correct, okay? So let's take an example from this, okay? Let's see. Get the Queens here. Let's take it up from this. Now, obviously, you've got, right, let's find the original. Well, let's take a random one actually. Let's take let's see what we have. Okay, right. There's this is the 1984 issue of the Queen album. Okay, which is that terrible bog standard release that came out. Okay, from that one. Now then. This is where it becomes interesting. Okay, from this side. I'm gonna get this camera back together. Now, if you compare it to the version of this one from this one here, which I do have, which is the Fame edition of the Queen album, which is here, right? This one, and compare it to this one, right? Okay, because you can tell they're both different ones as well. These ones, okay, right now. This one is the. Let me see here. This one is the 1992. As you can see there. 1992, 1974. Okay, and I can tell that is a reprint because obviously Parlophone's up there from that one, right? That's the original CD. Apparently pressed 1992, but I don't think it is. And this is the 1994 issue that came out from this one, which is a terrible issue anyway. From this one's crap. So this is why I think that if you go on Discogs and check these CDs out from, apart from this Fame issue, that don't get this one because this one's absolutely dreadful. This is a remix CD. This is the original. This is supposed to be the original CD, but I don't think it is. It's the box standard remix in it. So these two CDs, right? Do get this version, right? You can tell from the top there. Try and track down this version of the CD from Discogs, but don't get the one with this number on. Right, get the one without the number on it because it has got a different barcode in it. Get the Germany versions of these. If anyone's got the Germany versions of these CDs, the 1986 prints, get back in touch with me next week and I'll discuss them and let's find out if EMI was just doing these as their own standard marketing trademark. And the way you can tell from their side of it is if it has got printed in here, this box standard cartoony, all that information there, right? That's what you got to look out for. Make sure that's got the inner back on it as well from this side. So if anybody's got that, I want to know by next week. Does anybody have 86 copies of that? And I think the discs are different as well because EMI's discs are not like this. Okay, because there's no way it would say EMI Swindon if EMI Swindon was still producing these discs at the time. But was there other different versions of these ones going out with different mixes on them? I think there is. Let me know next week about that anyway. And if you have got any versions of 86 versions, check out the date. I want to know the dates. I want to know the dates of them. I want to know the spine issues as well inside the CD. I want to know if they're legit. I wonder if they're legit. Right. Now, that's all out of the way. Back to your questions again. I've got a lot of questions tonight. Mark's question is, right, just saying about 1986 CDs, nice one, nice one. He says, I've got Live Killers on 1986. It's in thin vinyl and sounds very remixed and overdubbed. That's the one I've recently got is the 1986 version of it. The Live Killers one, I think at the time EMI was trying to do some mixing on CDs and making them sound better. I think the ones on vinyl that came out reproduced do sound a lot different. I don't think they are. I think they might have been remixed for the market when they came out originally from that era. But produced on thin vinyl, that's the way that EMI was trying to cut the budgets down a lot on vinyls, because vinyl at that time was expensive at the time they were producing those. Now, whether those numbers were correct on the print of it from 1977 that came out, check the net. Well, this is the idea you should have actually. If you go on your vinyl of the vinyl edition of Live Killers 86, right, version, see if that is a reprint. If it's got a stamp on it and it's all enclosed in it, that'll be a reprint. If it hasn't got a stamp on it, it won't be a reprint. It'll say Yaks on it with writing on it. Now, whether that version's remastered by George Marino on the vinyl edition, it may be. The only way you can tell is if you have got an original version of Live Killers, compare it to the original version of Live Killers on vinyl to that version. Play both together and see if it sounds compressed. If it sounds compressed, then you may have a reprint. If you haven't got a reprint of it, then you'll have to find out. And the way you can tell is if you look in the vinyl itself. I can't reach on the camera because the camera's too dark for it. The way you can tell is if you look at the version of Jazz. Okay, if you've got a tour tag, by the way, take a picture inside the end of the spine, the end of the track mark in it as well. And inside the track mark there'll be like an engraving on it. If the engraving is a new, if it's got the new engrave from 1982 to 1989, that'll be the new prints that have come out. If it's a print from 1970 to 1979, it will be the Yaks versions. Okay, if it's the Yaks versions, that means it is an original version. If it's not, it will have a sterling print on it, and it'll say sterling 1986. Right? Check to make sure that is right. So I do think I'm right on that one. So do check it out. Okay, that actually applies to everybody else. Check your vinyls and make sure they are either reproductions or either they're originals. This is an original because the reason is it's got sterling on it. It is authentic sterling as well on that one. And also the version I got from Live Killers is both sterling prints as well. I still have the original one, by the way. I still haven't got rid of it yet. So that's how you can tell. So check them. Inside the end of the track off where the print is. You'll see inside it. Just put a light to it and take a picture of it if you can. And you'll see the authenticity. If it's Yaks, if it's written on, that means it is authentic. If it isn't, if it's printed on, stamped on, well, that's a reprint, and it's probably a different mix in it from George Marino or probably the guys at EMI, head of EMI, who producing CDs. And that's the way you can tell. But check them. Okay, next question, David. I found most of the videos, and here's one I found, which was a Queen LP collection on YouTube. Yeah, as I say, those are the old videos, but no one can find them because I'm not taking ages to go load the videos again and just edit them and just gonna. No, we're gonna read them better. I promise. Right. Okay. Now, David says, can you discuss my upload of the unreleased Freddie Mercury video that is still available for download and on YouTube as well? Yeah, I will actually do that. I did discuss that last week, and now I can discuss it this week with better quality and better camera, and apart from the fact that the Google thing is crap this week. I don't know why. Terrible. But I will discuss that in a minute. Right. Any more questions, guys? Let me know, because your questions are good. Now, this is better than the last times I've been doing these Google events, and no one's been coming on. But some people have been coming on with some ideas and stuff as well. Mark's still here, by the way. Mark's on his phone at the moment, so he can still watch us, but he's still there. But yeah, that's the way you can tell from. This is why I wanted to bring the subject up, because now they're reissuing vinyl on 180 gram vinyl, which is better quality and much more heavier and more productable. Because the other thing about 180 gram vinyl is that you need a heavier turntable to play them, because it will not take the weight of any other like crappy thingies. I mean, my Iowa I've got down there. If I put my other camera on, if I'll put my other camera now, actually, I know camera's not available. Can I put get that 80 thing off? Get off my screen. Let's put my camera on here. 270. So I can use two cameras now on my computer, which is good. If I show you this, I mean, this is my Iowa here that I have shown in my previous video before. This is the monster of the monsters. This is the best ever thing I've used. This is the heaviest. This will take heavyweight vinyl, by the way, 180 gram vinyl on this. And you need something that's more like this disc here, which is probably one of my favourite pieces of equipment I've had many years ago. And you got to try and get something like this. It's even better to get. So do try it as well. It's cool. Best sound quality ever from the Iowas as well. It's actually the wire. It's the, I don't think it's the model number there, but it's there anyway. AF 5050, I think it is. But that was from 1975, and best quality ever. And all I do is just basically connect it to that, and that green cable goes into the mixer, which is under here now. It used to be on the top there, but now it's here now. So that mixer there is still pumping out producing the best sound quality ever on that. You can actually just realise, tell you, that is absolutely brilliant. It's brilliant, really is good. So do check it out, guys. It's if you try to track down one of these, get one. They are absolutely fantastic sound quality in that, which is really, really good. Right, back now with some more questions and some more stuff. Queensville is all about basically discussing Queen stuff, new products, new things coming out, and videos as well. Right. Okay, now we're going to talk about something else now, which has come in the world of YouTube, has been phenomenally fantastic this week, and I have been watching a lot of Queen videos this week. I'm watching. If you go onto a page called Queen Romania, Queen Official Romania, or officialqueenromania.com or something, whatever, it's on YouTube. Do look at the videos on there, because they are absolutely the best documentaries I've ever seen, from John Deacon to Freddie Mercury, which is not very long. The best one of all, the Brian May one, fantastic, which is just been loaded on his channel right now, which is the longest ever video I've seen. And the best one I've seen, Roger Taylor's video, which is all about remixes and stuff in it, which is even good. Especially the bit where he discusses about the John Deacon remix of I Cry For You with Freddie vocals, which has never ever been issued on that Lot album. Why is that? I don't know. See, B-sides should be on discs, shouldn't they? But one video that caught my eye this week, David from Holland posted a video of the Prometheus Freddie Mercury story. I think that's what it's called. It's with a gold trim on the video, and it's a professional video. Now, it hasn't been done in Power Director or anything. This is an authentic video to commemorate Freddie Mercury's passing, and a video that was never ever released from Doro Productions. And Doro Productions did this video. It was I think it was promotional. It looks like it's promotional because you can tell it was supposed to be in an exhibition. I think that's where it was taken from, that video. Now, if you've already seen that video, I'll probably link on the video description on this one, so you guys can have a look at it, because I do have to say that it is absolutely the best documentary that ever did from Doro, and they've got more stuff from the backstage interviews from the Freddie Mercury concert, which I've never ever seen before, especially the intro, the in the interview with Chip Careliff on it, and the longer videos of Freddie Mercury that I've never seen before, which has been really good. And it's on for about an hour or so, but David uploaded it to YouTube, and it's all uncut. It's not been edited. There's no breaks in it. It's totally uncut. And I think it's a promotional video that was given to Queen fans, or either it was for the convention or something on it. But it's one of the best videos ever done that I liked anyway. And if it was plans to get out on DVD as a bloody bonus feature, get it out on DVD and get it remastered by, and send it to Rhys Thomas as well. He'd be interested in it as well, actually. Rhys Thomas, get that out on DVD, please. It seriously is a great deed. So look at that. I'll put a link on my page, and you can look at the video. But look at it; it is absolutely fabulous. It's absolutely brilliant, really good. It's called the Freddie Mercury Video, Redone 1995 documentary, and David loaded it on his channel. It's on Queen Zone, but I will put the post link on this video. Watch it; it is fucking brilliant. More news to mention. Somebody uploaded a never before seen video of the Invisible Man. I have, yes, I've looked at this. It's actually very good. It's a very rare version of it I've seen. Different shots in it though, but very different, very weird. Yeah, very different video. The alternative version of that is I don't think that was ever released, but it must have been a rough cut that they did from Tim Pope, with the director of the video. But great, good version that. Get it out on DVD. Get it released, please. Get it out. Gotta come out on DVD. Right. Okay. He says I need to recheck that fix 1 and 2. Fix 1 and 2, and as mine is strange. Oh yeah, the your Life Killers one. Yeah. Check out, as I said before, stamp, reissue, written on, a redone. So let me know. Like I say, if you want to talk about anything Titan Queen, I'm here till 9 o'clock at night doing another hour of this talk, which is good. You have to excuse me if I'm running out of breath, because I have been running earlier on. That's why I was going. So I was like exhausted. But anyway, apart from that, I'll just stop the Queen for a minute and talk about what's happening with myself. I'm doing very well. As I say, the man this year for Queen this year has been phenomenally fantastic. It's been a lot more better releases this year than we've seen. Apart from that bloody box set, that DVD box set, get it in the bin, throw it away, which is just awful. You may wonder what I'm referring to here, by the way. The box set that came out this year, the 5 CD DVD box set, including Live from Rio, throw it in the bin. Load of shit. It's not even complete. Yeah, terrible. But I have to say that this year for Queen has been a bit up and down, really, but not a lot of releases this year, but pretty shit. But what can you say? It's Queen for you, isn't it? I say Brian May needs to get. I think this is what should happen later this year. Brian May should get, after the new album from Queen's released, Queen Forever, when it comes out. The next one that should come out should be Brian May's album. Definitely get Brian May's album out, because he's got to get a solo album out by now, because it really, you know, with his great career he had from this tour that he did with the Battle Light tour. Do get a new album out, Brian, please. It's time. It is time to get a new album out. Another documentary that you might not have seen on YouTube this week was a thing called the best riffs in the world. I think it's called the best guitarists in the world. And Brian May's on that as well, and it's a very good documentary actually. Some very weird guitarists in there, but very strange. But it's a great documentary. You watch that actually. BBC 4 showed it originally. The greatest guitarists in the world, with Nile Rodgers on it as well. Which I'll talk about now. In fact, that's something I'll talk about. Nile Rodgers, by the way, I didn't know this until I listened to it. But yeah, the thing about that is Brian May's done that all the way through, and it's a bloody good documentary. It's very good. Definitely a good watch, that. Definitely is. In fact, I might go and watch it with Chris tomorrow, actually, because that's a very good documentary, that. We'll get a chance to watch that. Yeah, so that's even good, so yeah. But do check out that documentary, it's good. Right, okay, more questions now. Yeah, this is good. This is better than last week we did this. This is good. By the way, if you wonder where the questions coming from, they're coming from the Facebook page tonight. So any questions that you don't see from me reading from the Google event, I'm going like this because I'm reading them from the Facebook page. David's saying, I got the Freddie Mercury album from a Dutch collector. He gave me more private stuff, and hopefully I am allowed to share more. Spread your wings with different ending and different vocals. Maybe someday I am allowed to share it. Yeah, by the way, this is David from Holland, who's making a box set, by the way, that was in production. It's still in production. It's released next year. I think it's been released probably in February or March time, when he gets it finished. I can't wait for that. It's good. Good. We even got a rare version of Prince of the Universe as well, which is cool. And he says, the guy who is also from Holland is helping me compile an amazing audio anthology, which is now a year in the making. Yeah, just explained that already. 400 tracks of unreleased stuff. We've never had them before. Some stuff I've already heard from the archives, but never heard any of these before. It's going to take another few months to get that out, but it will be an official release from David Roast, which I'll say his name. And if you guys want any more information about that, add him on Facebook. He's very kindly, because he runs a radio station in Holland. He's actually head of radio in Holland, and he does a good station as well on Saturday, Friday night. It's brilliant. It was a Retro Top 40 live on Hits 40 NL, I think it's called, or whatever it's called. But anyway, do support him. He's great. Right now, since we're on topic about releasing stuff and everything else going on in the world. Now, last week, no, not last week. It was the week before. I was at Chris's house, and we were. What we were doing last week was we were doing his website a week ago. The Weebly website, which we were just sorting all out and the scandal that and stuff. And Chris decided. I asked him to put some Queen on for me. We were in the Queen mode that day. And one of the things that we were talking about the other week, how much you like this thing, by the way. By the way, if you're interested in more questions, keep coming on Facebook. I'll answer them. He was interested in one album. He said, from my point of view, right, and I will agree with this. He said that it's the best 80s album ever done from Queen, right? I mean, compared to the Works album, right, it's a fantastic album. The Works album, short album, but more tracks are going to be on that one. But one of the albums that he played for me last week, his favourite album of all time, and he said that it's probably the best that Freddie ever did on this album, is A Kind of Magic. Yep, this album. Now, you all know about this album, right? That it was part soundtrack, part recorded, part mixed, part thingied, right? When it was reissued on the 2011 version of it. 2011 version, much better than this piece of crap that came out. Because this is edited. Yeah, crap version, isn't it? Terrible. And I was telling him about that. Apparently, there's been some information going around that the Queen Productions are to reissue this CD, but are going to try and find the original Highlander version. Now, I have heard that this was going around a few years ago, and this was the next planned release to come out. Highlander, the official soundtrack from Michael Kamen and the guys at Queen. Now, Michael Kamen's no longer with us because he passed away a few years ago, but I think that somebody from Michael Kamen's estate is going to try and hunt down the takes from this, and we need to hear this as well. We need to hear it in the full version of it. I think Queen fans should have this out next. I don't think it should be called A Kind of Magic. I think it should be called Highlander. Right? Should we get rid of this artwork and put Highlander on it with the cover of the Quakening from the first theatrical release of it, from the poster release of it. That should be the next release of this coming out in Queen Productions. And if it is going to get released, get it authorised by Michael Kamen's estate, please. And get it authorised by Dino De Laurent, actually, who was Thorny and I did this, and director of this as well. That should be the next release of it. Get the Highlander soundtrack out properly, please. I know there was a bootleg vinyl edition going around on Discogs. In fact, this is a message to Mark, by the way. Mark, get yourself on Discogs and check out that bootleg that came out from That Kind of Magic. Now, I know you do have it on the Highlander bootleg thing. I think he's got it. I think you've got that one, haven't you, Mark? I think Mark's got that one. And he showed me a picture of that before, and I'm sure he's got that Highlander, that clip that came out, which was cool. So yeah, let me know, Mark, if you have that, by the way. That special print you have, which is cool. And also the other CD that I've asked him to track down was to get the Smiles, Goes for the Smile, by the way. That's available on Discogs now, by the way, and I do have to say, the best CD ever come out, that one. Get it, Mark. You get it. You get the CD. He's one CD, one's vinyl, though, for some reason. He has actually got. He is considering buying the Getting Smile album, the original Phillips release of it from 1984, which is actually a very good album. Actually, it's a good album indeed. So yeah. So the website's going to be updated from Chris in a few weeks' time. I'm going to get my hand with it as well because I'm going to his tomorrow. So maybe working on it this weekend for a couple of ideas going on and stuff as well. But it's good. Okay. Right, going back to more questions again. David, regarding the Rainbow Project, which is just, everybody has got that already, which is just phenomenal. He says, Father Let the Sun is different to the real tape, which contains the march. Some overdubbing and other vocals, and it's the same show. Is it? Well, I've got it on download. I've got both shows on download, by the way, show 1, show 2. I haven't actually heard it all the way through, but I think, yeah, Father's. What? Yes. Hang on a minute. The Father the Sun is different now. I'll tell you why. Now I played up to the Possession tape, to the intro of that. I know it's different. It sounds like as it comes into the guitar part. I think that guitar part, and that drum part is from a different gig. And I think. Going back to the CD that I've got, which is the Night of the Rainbow, I think that one, which is a bootleg, by the way, if you compare it to the bootleg of Night of the Rainbow to that version, they might be the same. But that's something that's just come up in a little way. But that's interesting. That it only avoids a high note. I think that is on the bootleg of a Night of the Rainbow, the bootleg, the Pulsara one. And on the real tape, he hits it. I think. I think you might have to play 3 versions of that. You might have to play the version. Put in the playlist. This is an idea. Put in the playlist, right? Put the first one on of CD 1, track 1 and 2. Then put in the second disc, 1 and 2, and then put in the bootleg version of Night of the Rainbow and see what comes up on that one. Now that's a good idea. That so try that. It's definitely well worth doing that. Really. So yeah, research it, mate. See what you can come up with an idea for that. That's interesting. That is interesting. I have noticed that there is with the mixing job I've done on the CD. Yeah, I noticed the mixing job's great. I think it's just more a little bit too fast mixing. I think the mixing's a little bit too fast on it. But yeah, that's an interesting fact. That. Yeah, thanks, David. Right, back to Mark now. Okay. I need to. Oh yeah, it says, can you mention about Greg Brooks, what he's doing in future projects? Oh yes, Mark. I forgot I mentioned this as well. Mark was telling me on the Skype call we had last week that Greg Brooks is looking, and this is not confirmed. This is something that he heard when he was at the premiere of Live at Rainbow in '74 in London. He's apparently leaked information. There's information going out. Greg is might be working on the DVD coming out in the 70s. He says that it might be 2 shows coming out, Hyde Park and the Hammersmith Odeon. Now the Odeon videos will be great, and Lyra Compachia was also a planned release, but they've scrapped that one because apparently the quality is terrible on it. So if the Hyde Park one gets out on DVD, that would be great for Queen fans to get. And the Hyde Park one is without a doubt, the Hyde Park one is the one they want to get out very, very good, because the Bohemian Rhapsody on the Hyde Park one is the best version that they ever did live, with Freddie's going phenomenal on that stage, and the version the Hammersmith one is a good gig as well, but they want to get that out uncut, because that was cut to shit on BBC TV. It was rubbish. But if they get plans to get that out on DVD, they've got to put in that Bohemian Rhapsody version, because it is stage presence, and the Bohemian Rhapsody version of the Hyde Park one is the bomb. It's the bomb. It is the best version that ever did. You can forget, you can go back to Wembley. Wembley's great for the stage, and the Friday concert's fantastic. But I do say this right: the Hyde Park one is my favourite ever concert, and should get out on DVD, because they put bits in the live in that DVD that came out from Eagle Rock, from the Classic Albums one. But that one is a seriously next contender to get out, because it is just phenomenal. It's phenomenal. His voice in that version, he goes in the high bits, and that song is just so cool. Speaking of live stuff, okay. I have seen a video on YouTube as well going around. Apparently, there was a leaked video. The last concert, the Slane Castle concert, 1986, which was from the gig. Somebody filmed that on the camera in the show. Sound quality is great on it. It'd be great if somebody could actually, if somebody had the temerity to upload the Lemony Snick 123 audio, paste it over that video, would sound great. Yeah. Not that I'm going to criticise Lemony Snick, because everybody hates him. Everybody hates his job, because everybody hates the videos he does. Great audio. The videos just don't work for me at all. Lemony Snick should just think about more harder of doing videos that are more with authentic videos in them. Because apparently I don't like it when they do videos and they just put bloody images together. It's terrible. So Lemony Snick, just don't bother, mate. Just get it right next time. So Greg Brooks is going to work on a new thing, but as I say, it depends on Hyde Park. Definitely next release of it. And if they do decide to do the artwork better than the Rainbow, get that out on DVD. Please get it out. And the Hammersmith one, definitely get that out on Hammersmith, but get that all uncut on bloody DVD, please. Don't get the bloody shitty version that came out on BBC TV. The edit crap on it. Terrible. Right, let's see. A little funny fact on the box set that came out from the Rainbow. He says that in the Yellow Fan magazine, which is in the set, which is a very nice indeed reproduction, is a feature of John Deacon from '74, and he's still credited as Deacon John. Yeah, well, maybe it was his stage presence he wanted for the shows. Wanted to just do it as that. I want to be Deacon John. Yes, little friend, and that they're all just blasé out of his own thing, whatever it is, That's my opinion. My opinion about it. Anyway, that's his thing about it. So why not? Yeah, just if that's what he wants to do. That's how we want to do it, really, for us. It's yeah, because I know that the CD that came out in Japan was, I can't remember what it was called now. It was the live Kikas one, or what it was called. It was one of them anyway. But those two CDs are really good. In fact, I heard an album. In fact, in the next, I'm going to come back in a few minutes because I'm going to go get a beer. But in the next part of it, which we're going to continue this on, we're going to talk about bootlegs, CDs, and we will be finishing off this Queensville thing with something very exciting indeed. So I'm back in just a few minutes. and welcome back to Queensville, live on YouTube. I want to apologise for this horrible quality of the camera, because it's on it's on default obviously, which is a shame, but never mind. And as long as you guys can hear me fine and the quality is alright, I will sort of next week, by the way, guys, with my explicit acting funny for some reason. So, after we ended that part of talk about the Rainbow, Live at the Rainbow, which is the best release ever from Queen, which has been a fantastic release that came out. I do have to say that if next year's planned release of any Queen stuff coming out, please get them out like that, because they're great. Right, I'm going to be here for another. But before I go any further, I need to play that new album from that band, Redone Rush. You have to hear this because this is just phenomenal. But let's go back to Nile Rodgers for a minute. But you guys didn't know this quick, didn't know this, did you? Hailstorm, the band I love so much, Hailstorm, recorded a cover song from Daft Punk. I've never heard the band before, by the way, called Get Lucky, and I do have to say their version is brilliant. Now, I don't like the pop music, this shit, fuck that shit, but I didn't know Nile Rodgers wrote that song. I never knew he co-wrote the song. Interesting. From the chic years. Must be a cover song. Never ever heard of it before, but Get Lucky from Daft Punk. Yeah. Sounds. Now we're just writing that song. Wow. The man is just ding 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 ding. It sounds like a chic song though, it really does. But anyway, let's just forget that for a minute. Let's talk about this new band on my phone, which I have to say, I have to play this because this is just that Hailstorm, right? Fantastic. This band is identical to Hailstorm from Sweden, and I've got to tell you that I'm not sure live you're going to hear a lot of this, but let me tell you, I'll play samples from this album, and I've literally non-stop played this all week. Great album this is, and it's a band called Adrenaline Rush, which are from Sweden, and there she is there, you probably can't see because of the light. This band here have just been signed to Frontiers Records, and Eric Martinson's produced this album. And I tell you what, that Eric Martinson guy, when it comes to doing albums for people's bloody albums, he is awesome. 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 This is their recent single that came out. This is Change. You see a video for that change, it's so cool. And then you go on to this other song that I'm positive Eric Martinson wrote this song for them as well. Which is this one. This one. No, this one. This is pure soul, this is. So I have to tell you, I won't play any more of this because YouTube will say you can't play music is on YouTube. Yeah, Adrenaline Rush. It's just fantastic, really good. Especially when you get the last track on it, which is dedicated to AC/DC fans. I didn't even know that she wrote that song for AC/DC fans at the time that Angus Young was ill. Great album. Right, back to the questions now. Okay, let's see. That's all right, the marks for questions. Questions got everywhere. Loads of questions tonight from you guys. Okay. Back to the question you said about Highlander. I have a Highlander bootleg on vinyl. Yeah, very odd. David has it too. Yes. It's the bootleg one. It's not the official one, by the way. By the way, I've got my Live Remember DVD today. Good. And get that out and rip it, please, to Torrance. Somebody be ripped out to Torrance, please. Important. Right. Okay. Gary says. Gary's got a question, by the way. He says, "Get Brian May's Live Brixton Academy out on DVD." Nope, they will not release it on DVD. Jim Jenkins says that it depends if the demand's there for it. If they were to release it on DVD, include the Another World bonus VH1 special, uncut. And I still have tried to ask somebody to please upload that Another World fully uncut version for an hour. Please get it uploaded to YouTube. I want to see the bloody bonus interviews. Because there's a bit where Brian May talks about Cozy Powell, and that bit should have never been cut, the bloody release of it. Get it uploaded again. Why isn't it out on DVD? Because it's just because there's a basset to take out. I mean, I do like the CD release of it. I mean, it's just only got 2 shows in there, which is just a pain in the ass. Not the same as the DVD release of it, but works for the release, I suppose. But yeah, they should release it as a DVD, really, because it should be out, but they won't release it because they'll be careful about all this stuff going out and stuff. But yeah, this one is just. But I've got one gripe about this CD. They should never have released 2 shows in this CD. They put like one show from one show and one from another show. 94, 93. It doesn't make sense. 7, 13 and 14 live from the 94 show, and then you've got the rest of it from 1993. Stupid. But maybe the fact that they couldn't be bothered to put the rest of it on. Who gives a shit about it? But the mixing on that CD is so bad, though. It's so like, ugh. It's like worst mixing on it ever done, that CD. It's a good CD as well. It's a great album, but it should have been done better on bloody thingies. But yeah, it should be out on DVD. DVD release of it should be out, definitely. But yeah, 7, 13, and 4, 2, 14. Yeah, so get it out back on DVD, but get the original. But I think what they should do is, if they can, for time purposes, make that a 2 CD set, but bring that the full original concept from the full show that came out on the full VHS, please. That would be nice. It will happen someday. It'll happen someday. I've got the Other World special from my master tape from this Dutch collector. I'll ask him if I'm allowed to share it. It's a VH1 master tape. Oh, lovely. Get it on YouTube. I want to see that all uncut. I want to find out the main reason about Cozy Powell. That's a bit on the DVD. That's even well worth watching. So definitely get it out on DVD. Bonus feature on DVD, definitely. Right. Okay, got 20 minutes before I leave. Thanks for tuning in tonight, guys. I've really enjoyed tonight's Queensville event. It's been very good, much better than last week's event. If we want to see the re-showing of this one, just stay tuned to the channel, just press refresh and it'll start playing from where you want to play from. And then it'll be done as well for a minute. So, anything else to talk about now? Yes. There is another thing I want to speak about. And I will do an overview. I was promised to do an overview of the Queen this year. That my overview is coming up soon on YouTube, by the way. So look out for that, which is even cool, which is good. The VH1 Master contains the complete interviews as well. Good. So it should, because they need to bring it out on DVD, on Blu-ray as well. Blu-ray would contain a lot more extras on it from Brian's house, so for more extra interviews from his house to say. There's thing. I also, speaking of Brian for a minute, I wonder if from 1998 I'm just trying to think here, because Brian May was what we need to talk about next. Does anybody know if there was any footage from Brian May hearing about the accident from Cozy Powell? before he died. Does anybody know anything about that? Does anybody know if they have any footage from the phone call or anything? Because on the business excerpt from the secret track on the bonus CD, on the CD itself, is it true that when the phone rings on the end of that track, is that the news that Brian was not expecting to hear? Because it must be a live, because it's a live take, obviously, which you can tell it's a live take from Justin Shelley Smith because it's not been mixed or anything. I wonder if that's a live take in the studio, or whatever else. So, is that true or not? I want to know about that next week on the show. Or if anyone knows now, let me know. Okay. A few more questions. There's a book kicking around on Amazon called Brian May and His Guitar about Live Aid, Jubilee concert from 2002, and the Olympics 2012. Is there? Never heard of that one. Maybe Chris could get a hold of it if he needs to, because you know what he's like. He goes places and buys books, and he just says, "Oh, this is a book I just got here, and I got this one. Is it out? Is it out? Is it out? Is it in?" It's like, okay. It's like these. Anyway, Gary's playing games, by the way, while I'm doing this, by the way. Oh, and by the way, my games, by the way, they're not on that channel for permanent, by the way. They are coming off. They're just getting saved from my hard drive until I open my new account up for YouTube. There, we was thinking, what's games doing on Queensville? It's like weird, but yeah, it's good. It's cool. Any more questions before I leave? Before I finish off this next bit, because there's a few more things I've got to say before I finish. Finish the next bit of it. Nope. Okay. Right. I was just trying to figure out what I was going to talk about next. See what was going on with that as well. Let's see. Nope, I think that's it. I don't think I have any more questions. Yeah. Yep, I don't have any more questions on it. Oh yeah, updates for Discogs, by the way. There's no purchases this month from Discogs. It's next month, by the way, for Discogs release. For Christmas is coming up, so 3 months till Christmas time. Whoop-de-doo. That's going to be cool, isn't it? So the other things that next week we're going to talk about next week on the show is going to be the new Queen Forever album. It's going to get released soon, which is going to be interesting. The new Freddie Mercury book that's coming out, which is supposed to be getting published this year. Queen calendars this year coming out as well, which is going to be Christmas time. And next week will be the overview of Queen on the channel, and all this year has been crazy for Queen, which has been really good indeed, so it's cool. So yeah, I don't think I've got anything else to say now. I think that's it for now. If you've got any more questions for under 10 minutes, I'll take some more questions if you want me to. And then I'll just leave it here for tonight, which is cool. While you guys wait, give you ready for questions, let me tell you about next week's YouTube uploads next week. There will be a follow-up video for Full House, by the way. So if you are wondering where that Full House video is going to be, it will be uploaded next week. I've got a lot more information about that, by the way, which is going to be interesting. I've also got the video for, as I said, Rockshow Live Business going on. I will be, hopefully, if everything's fixed next week, Rockshow Live will go ahead tomorrow night and Thursday. So 2 days of Rockshow Live. In fact, maybe Friday, actually, because I'm Friday off work as well. So Tuesday and Friday. No, Thursday, Wednesday and Friday, sorry, wait. Wednesday and Friday. Can't speak. Wednesday and Friday will be Rockshow Live. And so if you guys want to follow me on Facebook, by the way, just add me on Ted Super. For any more information on the Queen, any more information on that. I will also be doing some more Skype calls as well. Hopefully the best time to get me on Skype would be at 8 o'clock at night time, because Mark is coming back to the Skype calls now, and we hopefully I actually recorded a Skype call last week, which we'll be uploading that soon. Mark didn't know about that actually, but I recorded the Skype call last week, and it was really interesting. So time to edit that out and things as well, and it's a lot more information. It's going to be really good. So look up for that. And yeah, because I actually didn't realise I was recording at the time. I was recording on the Magic Studio and accidentally recorded it. It was like, oh, what's recording this? But it was good. It was great. There was a great conversation we had. We made people learn about it. And Dave went through a lot of information as well. So we'll have a video this week on the channel, which is good. Which is cool. Right, that's it then for tonight on Queensville. Thanks for tuning in tonight. I'm glad that we sorted out the issues tonight, though, by the way. So apologies for the horrible blurriness of this feed, by the way. It was a video. But next week, then we'll get it back in HD and record it from the expert recording, which would be so cool. Apart from that, that's it from me. I will see you guys back next week. And until then, I'm out of here. And I'll see you guys soon. Until then, bye-bye.